Hello people, welcome back to my channel Study with Nandu, and this is another lecture on the subject of human resource management. Till now we have discussed about human resource management and its evolution, right? In this video we will be discussing about human resource planning. What we will be discussing? Human resource planning, that is HRP. So what is HRP, human resource planning, can be defined as a process of balancing the people, including the present and prospective employees, with the potential job opening in the organization in a given period of time. Right? So human resource planning, we can also say it as manpower planning, right? By the term itself, we can understand what is manpower. Yes, it's a number of people working. So human resource planning is a process of balancing the present and prospective. What is prospective here? Expected people in future. How many numbers we are expecting in future? That is prospective employees. Yes, with the potential job opening in the organization. Potential job opening. Whatever the present situation, listen properly here. What is the whatever the present situation is going on, based on that we will be considering the future requirement. Okay, based on the present situation we will be considering future requirement. Okay, so while keeping this in mind, we will do human resource planning. Fine. Present situation based on future requirement, this is human resource planning. And HRP is also known as manpower planning or workforce planning. Workforce is nothing but manpower, we can say it as manpower also. Okay, next, inappropriate planning may cause excess recruitment of the staff, raise in expenses related to direct cost, training cost, and other amenities for employees besides the production cost. So obviously, if we are running the organization, there will be a production cost, right? What is production cost? It's total expenses caused by the organization, right? So in manufacturing the product or services, whatever the total cost is there, we call it as production cost. So if at all HRP is not planned properly, then there may be a excess recruitment of staff. Okay, means hiring extra people than necessary, right? Which may cause rise in expenses. Obviously, we also train them, right? That cost will also get increased, and other amenities, that means some extra benefits for employees, that cost will also get increased. Yes, so inappropriate planning may cause excess recruitment of staff, which may directly lead to the increase in cost. Okay. So this is the definition according to Geister. Human resource planning is the process of including forecasting, developing, and controlling by which a firm or organization ensures that it has the right number of people and the right kind of people at the right place at the right time. Okay, right number of people, right kind of people, right place at the right time, doing work for which they are economically most useful. In the previous slide, I have told you that human resource planning, that is HRP, sorry, human resource planning is nothing but planning the future requirement based on the present situation. Yes, that means we are forecasting it. Yes, we are analyzing and expecting the future requirement, right? And also we need to develop it and control the HRP. So the organization will ensure that they have a right number of people, that is not less or not more, and right kind of people means a skill matched person with the proper skill, proper knowledge based on the job role. Okay, at right place and at right time based on the firm situation. Okay, so this is the definition of human resource planning according to Geister. Now let us understand the nature of human resource planning. These are some of the nature of human resource planning. Okay, first is continuous activity, estimate the employee's requirement, clear specified objectives, maintaining the record of existing human resources, balancing supply and demand equation, developing positive work environment, quantitative and qualitative dimension. Let us understand one by one. First is continuous activity. This one we have discussed in very first video of HRM, right? Continuous activity, ongoing process. Hope you remember. In nature of human resource management topic, I have discussed it. It is an ongoing process as the need of assessing the supply and demand of the manpower resources within the organization never comes to an end. So it's an ongoing process. As long as the organization exists, till the end of the organization, human resource planning must be done. right? People are dynamic here, right? They doesn't work in the same organization for longer period of time. So you need to replace the job position with other person matching the skills and knowledge set. Yes. Next is estimate the employee's requirement. Human resource planning focuses on pre-planning of the need and estimates regarding the human resource within the organization. All the activities related to recruitment, selection, and training procedures are planned in advance. Here, by reading the sentence, we can understand it. Yes, all the human resource planning activities should be done prior. You need to pre-plan it. Yes, you need to plan all the recruitment process, selection process, training procedures in advance only. We need to plan it in advance. This is estimate the employee's requirement. You need to estimate it. You need to forecast it. Next, clearly specified objectives. Okay, first of all, we need to understand the basic objective of the organization. What is objective generally? It is something you plan to achieve, right? So this is my objective for this year. You need to plan to achieve that. Yes, this is the objective meaning. HRP objectives may be guided by the strategic and operational planning of the organization. Basically, the need of human resources within the organization are based on the firm's objective. So, if you understand properly what is the objective and how many resources you need to achieve that objective, according to that, we can plan HRP. Hope you understand, right? To plan HRP, you need to understand what is the objective, why we are running this organization, what's our goal. You need to understand that objective properly. Then we can plan it accordingly. HRP is planned accordingly. Next, maintaining the record of existing human resources. It consists of record of present human resources, and the manager must be aware of available manpower supply for filling the higher position in the future. So if you have any job position to be filled in your organization, okay, you need to be aware of manpower supply in your organization. You need to understand how many people are working, in which position they are, check whether if they are capable enough to work for that position. Yes, you need to consider all these things here. Right? So if HRP is planned properly, there will always be a pool of talented people are available in the organization. That means a collection of talented people are available, so that it will be easy for us to fill the higher position internally. Fine. So this is maintaining the record of existing human resources. Next, balancing supply and demand equation. Okay, it is difficult to find the right candidate for the vacant job positions instantly, right? Instantly means immediately. It is very difficult to us, right? The future perspective of the supply and demand of human resources must be priorly checked. So immediately if any employee quits the job, and it is very difficult to fill that position immediately, yes, so you need to check the supply and demand of human resources priorly. Let us understand the supply and demand in the next slide. Okay, sixth one is developing positive work environment. The scope of HRP The scope of HRP is not only to recruit the manpower, but it also includes maintaining proper and effective working conditions within the organization. HRP work is not only to recruit the people, to recruit the manpower. They need to also maintain that people effectively in the working conditions. Okay, obviously we all know that, right? Positive working environment must be there for the smooth production of work. Yes. So this is developing positive working environment. Next, we have qualitative and quantitative dimensions. What is quantitative and what is qualitative dimensions? First, let me tell you about quantitative dimensions. Okay, so here we have demand forecasting and supply forecasting. So what it includes, quantitative aspects, it includes demand forecasting and supply forecasting. I told you we will be discussing about this in next slide about demand and supply. Let us understand that. Here, forecasting. What is forecasting? It's a process of estimating future based on the past data, right? So we are estimating some future thing based on the past data, right? So generally we all know what is quantity, right? It is referred in terms of number. Yes, it is referred in terms of number, right? So demand forecasting means we estimate the future requirement of the employees. That means how many employee we need in future, 10, 20, 30, etc. Whatever it is, based on the offers the company gets and also the sales estimation. See here, it means estimating the requirement of the employees. It can be done on the basis of estimating sales, number of offers the company gets, profits, etc. right? If the company is getting more offers, then the company needs more employee to work on it, right? So this is demand forecasting. Supply forecasting, what is supply forecasting? It is concerned with estimating the supply of manpower by analyzing the current resources and future availability. By analyzing the current resources and future availability. Here we need to estimate the future availability of manpower based on the current resources. Okay. We also need to consider the internal manpower and also external manpower here. What is internal? Within the organization, we recruit the employees for particular position. What is external? From out of the organization. Any differences, Naukri, LinkedIn, etc. Right? So this is quantitative dimensions. In quantitative dimensions, we have demand forecasting and supply forecasting. Demand forecasting means we estimate priorly, like how many employees we need in future, right? Supply forecasting means how many employees are available. Okay, internally how many are available and externally how many are available in future, right? This is quantitative. Qualitative dimensions. Qualitative. Quality. Till now we have talked in terms of numbers, right? Now we are talking in terms of quality. Means some standard of something, right? So if we go for shopping, we go for good clothes or branded clothes. Yes, we look for quality. In the same way, when we recruit an employee, we check for what's the job role, right? Based on that, we recruit people which matches their skills, qualification, experience, knowledge, etc. Right? So this is all about nature of human resource planning. Let me read this sentence once. After describing the number of employees for each department in the organization, it is required to determine the nature of job which will help in the minimum acceptable qualities required by the employees. Acceptable qualities, the skills, knowledge, experience, this all comes under qualitative dimensions, right? So this is all about nature of human resource planning. Now let us understand the importance of human resource planning. Okay, importance of human resource planning. So following are the importance of human resource planning. First is technological advancement, distinctive workforce, prepare people for future needs, continuation of planning and pool planning. Okay, first is technological advancement. So there have been continuous changes in marketing methods. Okay, so management techniques and system of production technologies, right? So HRP is required to plan manpower accordingly. That means they need to cope up with changes. Okay, so we need to cope up with changes. Next is distinctive workforce. Here, in the present era of business, we have people from different age, different gender, culture, with different skill set also, right? So here an effective HRP is needed for proper planning of manpower in organization. Okay, so we have different kind of people. You need to plan properly so that there will be no clashes in the organization, right? Next is prepare people for future needs. So what HRP will do is they prepare employees for future. For example, if there is a vacant position open in an organization, okay, or if employee is going to retire, or if they expect that some employees may leave the organization in the next year for some reasons, okay, or suppose you think there is a position, okay, so there is a high level position open in an organization, okay, so suppose you think 20% of the employees are going to retire, 20% of employees are going to retire in 2026, okay, please ignore my writing, are going to retire in 2026. Okay, so then you recruit other people to replace that position. Yes, either it may be internally or externally. Yes, you need to provide training to them and you need to prepare them for production. You need to prepare them for production of work in future, right? And for suppose if the top management of organization, that means very top, if suppose you say the CEO, okay, if the CEO of the organization wants to switch the company as soon as possible, right? So it will be difficult to fill that position immediately, right? It because all the work, all the activities are uh, made by this CEO, right? So he will manage all these things. If he is going to switch the company, then the production work will get disturbed, right? So in that case, continuation of planning get importance. Okay, so it's a business strategy. Okay, so continuation of planning is very important here, right? Next we have pool planning. In the last slide we have discussed, the previous slide, right? We have discussed it. There is always a pool of talented people are available, right? Means collection of talented people are available, so that it will be easy for us if any higher positions should be filled in the organization internally. Okay, so this is the importance of human resource planning. Hope you guys understand it. So let's wind up this video and continue in the next part. Till then, take care, bye bye, and thank you for watching this video. For more such related topics of human resource management, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.